And hit record. Yes. Hello, welcome back. GTNH Try Not to Crash Challenge Impossible. It crashed again. I have no idea why. I always say I'm going to look into it, and I haven't looked into it, I'm going to be honest. So, we all know what's going to happen. There's going to be one day where it crashes so bad that it becomes unrecoverable, and I'm going to cry about it. But today is not that day. I'm just going to let it slide. I really should look into what's going on, though. I don't know what it is. I really think it's some kind of memory issue, something. I don't really know. It's Java. That's how things are. Hey, killer. So, good and bad news. We'll start off with the very good news, is that I did finish the DTPF off camera. We only needed a couple of casings. It really was these casings in the back. I guess I miscounted, or maybe the structure didn't tell me how much I needed, but proof right there. It's running fine. Now the thing is, it's not really plugged into anything yet. And I was kind of thinking about it, like, how am I going to set up recipes for this? Because the crafting input buffer probably isn't going to work. At least I think it isn't, especially for things like hypogen. I can't really do recursive crafts in here, right? Hey, Extreme. Hey, Sena. Hello, everybody. I'm just kind of thinking about this, like, how am I going to continue with the DTPF? And I'm thinking of using, like, instead, not using crafting input buffers, because I feel like that's going to mess things up. Maybe for some recipes, like the Tesseract, yes. Because this doesn't have any kind of, like, recursive shenanigans. But the other stuff, I'm not sure. Plus, I don't know how the discounts work. Because I know the DTPF has a discount of up to 50%, but that's only if it runs 8 hours nonstop. But I'm confused when it says up to. So, I don't know what it means by up to. Does that mean the discount runs all the time? Or it's only when it hits 8 hours? Do I have to account for that in the recipes is what I'm trying to ask. But does that discount only happen whenever it hits 8 hours of runtime? Like, I'm not going to run at 8 hours right now because that's asking too much. Either way, we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but for now, I do need to set up some more infrastructure to support it because we found, like, towards the end of the episode, towards the end of the last episode, that crafting this plasma stuff, or the catalyst things, yeah, crafting this stuff, yes, we can craft it. We have 1 million, but man, this takes forever. So I am going to have a dedicated system of mixers and laser engravers for the plasma things and keep it away from this because it was hogging it up for like an hour. And we don't want to do that. Oh, it's proportional. Okay. So crafting input buffers is probably not the way I want to go then. That was my main concern. Like if I have a recipe here and it, you know, it's going to have like this fluid in here the whole time. Unless there's a way to tell this thing that it can share. Because as far as I'm aware, you can't share anything. It says ignores the contents of other buses or hatches, so I can't just passive the other stuff. This is going to be a fun challenge, but after 8 hours, it keeps a tick timer, but if DTPF stops, so 8 hours of runtime evaporated in 5 minutes. We're not capable of running this thing nonstop, so I'm not going to worry about it. But you answered my main question. It slowly built up the discount from 0 to 50%. That's what I was looking for. So I'm not going to use a crafting input buffer for this. Okay. So I will start off with, actually, there's another thing I wanted to bring up. So if it has run for 16 hours, you have 5 minutes before it starts taking away from the 50% discount. Oh, the runtime keeps going past 8 hours. So if I have something running for like a week nonstop, it's actually proportional to that. Either way, that's a lot of things for us to figure out. We're not ready for that. There's a whole bunch of issues we have to solve. One of the other things I did off camera was craft the Infinity Bee. 20,000 combs right now. I probably want more, but I'll start with that. And then another thing is I want to start using these wireless connector hubs. Not too sure how this works. I think it's like you have one connected to multiple of those, and it might reduce the number of wireless connectors we have. And another thing is I want to start looking into Mark V fuel now that I have DTPF. And I think there's a better recipe that uses hypogen. So we may want to consider this now. But we'll talk about it some more later. Another thing I would like to fix now before I forget about it is this. Our S lines keep getting stuck. And I think it's because they push too many items in there that the block containers can't fit anymore. And my answer to that is just replace them with the singularity or the quantum cells. So I'll start off with that. So I'm gonna need 64. Is that how many I use? Oh, I'm gonna have to set up a recipe over there. Right over here. Crafting. It's the die crafting table. I didn't realize that though, that the timer keeps going up. That's really good. So is it using the same data as this? Whenever you scan this one, it says here time since like last built or something like that. Oh, actually I can scan this. Yeah, ticks run. Okay. So what's the cheapest thing you can possibly run in here? Just to increase that tick timer and then like maybe switch recipes whenever you're trying to craft stuff. It seems like a nightmare though. Come back to that. I have a 40 million tick DTPF, the first one earning it out of 64 of them. That's funny. I have one and I just built it yesterday. We're making progress though. This is some pretty good progress. After I set up those quantum cells, I am going to work on mixer spam. And I was thinking about it a little bit before the stream. I think from now on, for me to like get better at machine spam. So usually how I set up machine spam over here, this is really like the main example I have, where I kind of just put the machines down and then connect things willy-nilly. But I think from now on, I want to plan AE2 connections around it, so that it's a lot more scalable. This isn't very scalable. For example, we have this thing right over here, and it's going to get in the way if I put another machine to the side, for example. I want something scalable, so I'm going to plan the machine spam around AE2 connections. And I'll show you a little bit what I'm talking about once we get there. But let's first get the crafting table set up for the quantum cells. You're talking about DTPF? Yeah. Overclocks and convergence is a scam. Is it? So don't worry about convergence. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to worry about it. This is all new to me, so just bear with me. This is some fun stuff. It's all new to us, though. I get a conduit. You want to know what would be a cool upgrade or a cool update? I don't know how they're going to do that, if it's possible. But if once you have like this wireless crafting terminal, but maybe add a different upgrade to it. So if I middle click anything, it'll actually show up in my hotbar instead of me opening the thing if I have it in storage. For example, if I middle click a conduit, it'll show up here from the storage. That'd be so cool. Someone tell the devs, make it right now. Yeah, like that, right? Okay. So this is what? The quantum cell or something like that? Yeah. All right, can I craft 64 of them? It doesn't even look that bad. Okay. So the machine spam. What I intend to do is take advantage of wall sharing shenanigans and the fact that I'm only going to have one kind of recipe in there. So if you think about a mixer, all you have to worry about if you're running one recipe, especially the catalyst one, yeah, this stuff over here, you only need to have a fluid input, also known as a crafting input buffer, and a fluid output. That's it. So that's 2, right? If I wall share a 2x2 of mixers, I can put one input on the bottom and then an output on the top. In other words, 4 machines and 2 channels. So if I have 32 channels, that's 16 groups of machines, 64 mixers were doing it. And this way it's a little more expandable also. I'm not messing around anymore. It's time. We need the progress. The heck? What do you mean you can't do stab alloy? That's one of the older recipes I forgot to change. And so, and that's pretty much what I was thinking. Like if I want to do machine spam, I don't want it to do it this way. And this also includes the laser engravers. I don't want to do it like this because it's a little cumbersome to set up, I think, for me. And I don't want to do it like this where I have wires sticking out. So set them up in a way that they are a lot more expandable and takes advantage of AE2 channels. This ain't even connected. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about it differently. We'll see how it works out. I'm not saying like it's gonna work, but sir, I told you can craft sap. Oh, there's a recursive craft somewhere. Speaking of Gregging, get all the stab alloy out of there. Yeah, okay, you're not doing that anymore. Yes, this recipe here. I'm just trying to think about it a different way. I think overall it's gonna be pretty good. And I think it'd also be really nice to plan it around 82. Because another thing I'm worrying about is running out of channels at some point. And a lot of the things here you see here, 5 channels, 10 channels, I'm not using all the channels very well. And part of that reason is because I'm not planning around 82. I'm just plugging things as I feel like it. As well as the fact that I'm not using the hubs. These hubs let me connect. So if I put one over here, put one right there, I can connect to multiple of these wireless connectors. So I want to start using those. Give me 61 mixers. Oh, and by the way, the whole reason why I want those quantum cells are not done yet, right? Yeah, okay, so this is gonna get stuck because this is the reason why I want to fix everything, because this keeps getting stuck. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a 4 mixer washer. It's gonna look like this. Imagine I have a 4x4 somewhere. I guess a bacterial vats, but that's not a good example. I guess centrifuge. So the idea is here. I'm gonna have the 2 multi-blocks like here. And then I just keep extending it until I get 64 mixers. So it's technically 64 mixers that are washed. And then in the middle of each one, so this one would be like an input, and on the bottom side would be the output. And then expand it again, and then expand it again, and I keep going until I fill up all 32 channels. So technically, because the plasmas are only a fluid input and output, I only need 2 channels per group of 4. And I can also consider energy hatches as well. I didn't think of that. But I'm scared of sharing energy hatches because I don't know how that's going to work. But you totally could also. We'll think about it. But speaking of energy hatches, I tried to craft 200 of them. But then this got stuck. I don't know why. This has been getting stuck lately. Hopefully fixing the quantum cells is going to improve that. Hopefully, I don't know. So I guess I'll just take everything out. Oh, I have all of this. Okay. Oh no, are you actually not working? I really don't know what the issue. I think it is because it pushed too many items and it got stuck. Which is weird though, because you can accept 500 something thousand in here, so I don't know why you're not distributing. I really don't know. I'm not gonna pull that many items out, so I think I can actually fix this by putting them correctly. So you're trying to make the UHV circuits here. It's pretty much only one of them that got like shuffled around. Yeah, I think that's what happened. It tried to craft a lot and it just did not want to. Put this here. I mean, we kind of expected it after so long. It's pretty funny to think about pushing 500,000 items into a Amy chest is not enough anymore. Okay, and the next one should be this one. Yeah, okay. All I have to do is move this one down. And there we go. It's Miss Me with taking that many items out of here. Alright, those are starting up again. What about you? You also got messed up. That's not a good sign either. Why are you up there? The heck? Are you prioritied correctly? Don't tell me you also pushed in that many fluids. I highly doubt that. That's in the billions of fluids. You did not. That's not a lot of items. I'll just restart it. I'm gonna have to like keep an eye on this. I don't really know what's going on. Okay. This thing has been stuck for a while. Why are you stuck? Where did my distilled water go? Oh, that's right. I changed it for hydrogen, right? Which sounds like I need another pumping module. Yeah. We'll do sulfuric acid for now. This one is 8, 4, 5, 5. See, I remember it. There we go. There we go. How many? I wonder how much like stuff you deleted. Probably deleted a little bit. Restart the craft. And I guess before I forget, let's add another pumping module for hydrogen. Or sulfuric acid actually was what that one was for. Okay. So how's the mixers doing? If I have a couple of them, I should be... Oh, there, I got them all. Let's set up a template enough for me to expand upon. So it's going to be facing this way, all the way down. Oh, by the way, Extreme, I'm not sure if you were here yesterday, but I expanded the area because, yeah, I needed space for the DTPF, so I pretty much like... I don't know if this is doubled. I just extended it an arbitrary number. But we have a huge area again for all our shenanigans. We even have a cake in the corner, just in case. It's so big you can't even see the rest of the base. I know people are going to get mad at me for putting the mixers right here because I should think about wall sharing. And that's all I'm going to answer for now. So the idea here is that we have the mixers here. And they're going to basically expand all the way over there until I get enough. So on the top, they're going to have a crafting input buffer. I don't have enough. Well, yeah, I have enough. I only need 16. Crafting input buffers on top. Let me have exchange on already. Okay. And on the bottom, they're going to have the output butts, or the output hatch. Right there. Each one needs a muffler, right? You can have your own mufflers. No. It's supposed to be a group of 3, a group of 4. Yeah, group of 4. So crafting input buffer in the middle right there. And then on the bottom is the output hatch. Right there. Now for me to keep each one separate, I'm gonna have the energy hatches right here. No. You're gonna be sharing, right? And so how does it work with sharing? No, I don't want to share, right? think I want to do it like this. Sharing is not caring in this place. In this case, it's not caring. That's how you lose all your power. I don't know. It's usually not recommended to share, but I'm not too sure. Thanks. Uh-huh. So that's literally it. Well, actually, you can also add maintenance hatches. So these guys can share in the middle. Like that. And you also need your own mufflers. So you will also share the mufflers. No sharing energy hatches. So I can even, okay, so I would add the energy hatches right here in the middle, right? If I wanted to. Right now, I'm not planning for it. So really the only thing that they have to themselves is the very middle. Everything else will be shared with something else. So muffler sharing is allowed. I'll put that right there. And there you go. So this is our template, and we just keep expanding it until I get enough. Right? Mark copy. Before I continue, let me make sure that this makes sense to me. Yeah, don't copy it until I name everything. So it's a 700-second recipe with 2 energy hatches. Yes, but I'm gonna have 64 of these dudes. Excuse me. So, and this does give me space for more energy hatches. So I still have a couple space for more of them if I wanted to add them. I don't think that would be too bad. What I am going to do is name this so I don't have to name each one. So this one I'm going to call it, I'm mixing it, plasma catalysts. Yeah, sure. With 8x hatches, it'll be way better for sure. So my concern with that was because, well, what was I going to say? It's a lot of power. And also I did try to craft 200 energy hatches, but they didn't craft because my ass lines got stuck. I should have checked on that earlier. So it might be a little bit before I get that many hatches. We have enough for... Actually, I don't even know if I have enough energy hatches. I need 128 just for this project. I don't know. Don't have enough. I mean, we have everything except the circuits. So it's really just waiting on circuits to craft. Which I should probably get the crafting going right now. Yeah, let's just go ahead. It's 128 minus 40. Go for it. So that's the other thing too. If I want to step up to another tier, I would just, like, how many energy hatches would I, it's 8, right? 8 times 2 is 16, so that's 2 tiers up, right? That's how it works. Check here and make sure everything is on, so I don't have to go around turning everything on. That would suck. Chances are I'm going to have to do that anyways. All right, mark paste, so do that. Hit stack. Okay, so if I do this, that works, right? Yes. Okay, this is gonna look funny. Edit stack. So there's going to be 16 stacks. So there's a, we'll use the maintenance hatches as a marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. Wait. That's too much, right? Is it 16 groups? Is that how many 64 of these dudes are? Sorry, Mr. B, I'm gonna have to move you. It's, yeah. You know what? You're starting to slowly convince me that maybe I do need a. Well, here's the question. How long until plasma mixer? If it's gonna take me a while, I might as well invest in all of these. Yeah, I'm really mixing it. The only thing is that this is gonna look like a big mess. I don't like that. So right now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 down there, and the other 4 would be like up here, for example. Actually, no. Do I even have enough space? I don't have enough space for 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Because remember, like, yes, I can add them here, but I won't be able to add them anywhere else because the only space we have is in the middle. I don't think I even have enough space to add those 8 energy hatches. It's 1, 2, 8. Yeah, I won't have enough space if I do it like this. And I kind of want to do it like this. I mean, the other option is to just spam, but then we have the same problem, right? What if I just, add all the energy hatches up here? How funny would that look? That wouldn't make sense, right? I don't want to share energy hatches. That's just asking for problems. We'll stick with 2 of them. If you really want to put energy hatches underground, you can make them laying down wall share. That's also true. I'm going to keep it like this. That's too much for me to think about right now. What I absolutely need to do is move this man out of the way. Yeah. We'll just set this, we'll say this is a loss and then a learning experience. And also hear me out. Isn't the same, I can do the same thing with what you're doing with 8 energy hatches if I just double this setup, right? Isn't that the same thing? I just double this and I get the same effect with less energy hatches. Which is what I intend to do. I'm trying to have the simplest spammable setup because adding all of those energy hatches, I feel like it would get in the way of some of these things. Let me focus here because I want to move this guy. Oh, mark, cut. Sorry, Mr. B, you're going to have to move a little bit. Oh, hang on. You're not being cooperative. Hang on, let me get this here. I want to go over here. Just copy this guy down here. Yes, I'm going to use energy hatches as a... Oops. As a scaffolding block. Because we're rich like that. Alright, and then mark paste. There we go. I should have copied from an easy to access block, but I didn't. That's fine. I'm going to move you over here.
Time to drink.
It's just going to be in some random spot. I don't really have a good place for it. Right there. I got you, killer. And then let me try to do this first. I'm trying to move the whole bee stuff so that it doesn't get in the way of the mixers, because it will. The new base picture from Extreme just dropped. Not insane. What the heck is that multi-block to the right? Is that the antimatter thing? Thank you, Mr. B. I just need you to excuse me for a little bit. There you go. Sir, who told you to clear out the ground? The big crater in the ground. You built up a lot of points. Well, that's what all the redeems are for. I don't really know what like the other, like what to do with all the points, but there you go. Cursed scaffolding is part of the fun. I do that while setting structure blocks. Okay. So you're saying right now there's some structures that have cursed scaffolding? Oh, I gotta look for those. You should leave those as an Easter egg. Copying. So we're gonna copy the template. Template is like this. And then paste. Mark paste. Edit stack, reset stack, mark paste. There we go. Don't be all weird. And then edit stack. So how many stacks do I want? 1, 2. So this is already 8 machines, right? So I want 16 stacks. Let's do it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What the heck am I doing? Oh, yeah. It had to happen at some point. Build it. There's no way I'm going to have enough stuff for this. Oh, that's funny. Could not find titanium turbine casings. It had to happen. So this is 64 mixers. 64 of them. A lot of mixers. What else do you need? Multi-use casings. I know I can use the planning thing, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to make a lot more stuff, I think. Multi-use casings is 200 and whatever, so make 300. What else? Energy hatches are being crafted right now. I think that's all I needed. Energy hatches are being crafted right now. Yeah, okay. Oh, don't tell me the circuits got stuck again. No, they're not. They're just taking forever. Oh, it's the energy hatches. You're getting in the way. Okay. Also making a pumping module. It's just a bunch of circuits. Got you. Okay. What? I thought I had the multi-use casings being crafted. Hard to see from the phone, but I don't think the... Let's make 1,000. The 2x2 blocks are sharing with the placing stack. What are you talking about? Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, the stack is not working. You see that? They're not spaced correctly. That's okay. Okay, matter manipulator is just too good, though, that this is not a problem. Good catch. I would have noticed it. But you caught it first. So it's not going to be quite as long as I wanted to. That's a shame. Air. There we go. See, it's as if nothing happened. Don't worry. Okay. So how am I going to do this? Copy. I guess I just don't really know how the copying stuff works. Edit stack, reset the stack so it doesn't get in the way. Mark copy. From here? I think I want to do from here. Yeah, from here. I think that's where I went wrong. Mark paste. All right, if I try to do that. Yes, but I'm going to have to manually add the last bit, which is, it's not too bad. I can always just do that as well. Edit stack, mark. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3 stacks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's still large. And then the last bit I have to automatically fill it in. This one is just multi-use casing, so. Or you can copy one, shift it to the left from both sides. True. This is so funny. So this is 16 channels up top, and then the other 16 channels on the bottom. That makes up 32 channels. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun. This is just really funny. I should not have changed the matter manipulator settings. Oops. Too late. The other challenge is how am I going to power all of this stuff? I guess it's not that bad, actually. It's just I need another active transformer over here, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. So next up is setting up the wireless connectors. I'm going to need 2 of them. Actually, which reminds me, there's like another tool here, right? Let's make this. I recognize this as proper, Greg. You know what? I take those. Finally, after almost more than 2 years, I get recognized as a proper Greg. I think that's the secret I was missing. Or not secret, but I think that was the thing I was missing, was recognizing that I should build it around A2. Just use up all your channels, and there you go. It's less work to think about. Okay, how the heck does this work? I upgraded it, but I don't know how it works. The heck? Hang on. Switch to queuing mode to add connectors to queue. What? Sneak right click to change mode. I think it's queuing mode I want to look for, right? What if I try to tell this? You do there. Add a connector. Like that. I don't get this. Is there a quest? And I'm sure there's a quest for it. I have these 3 things connected. None plus to add all free hub slots to queue. Sneak plus none plus right. What does that even mean? To clear queue. Well, I can't clear the queue because I don't have the right keybind, maybe? I have no idea. You want to add all your mixer connections first, then switch modes to binding and click on that wireless hub as many times. I mean, it's only going to use two connections, but I'll go ahead and make a bunch of them. Use black cable. And let's go on an adventure. There we go. On an adventure we go. That kind of scared me. Is that because you don't have any black dense cable anymore? Yeah, you don't. There we go. Okay. So let's try to figure this out. So you're saying you could be using one single mainnet channel if you treat all these mixers as a single machine with shared storage. Normally I would be like, nah, I'm gonna do it like this, but let's learn something. And I know we talked about it a little bit when it came to the AS line. So let's try to do that practice here. So instead of crafting input buffers, I would use one advanced docking input hatch in the middle to pull from a drive. So I would not be using crafting input buffers then. Let's think about that then. Let's do that. Let's try to plan around that. I'm cool with learning new stuff like this. Let's think about it. So they would need yeah, it will be way cheaper because cribs are expensive. And also I just don't want to deal with putting I would have to put a pattern into every single one of them. Good catch. Actually, how many energy hatches do we have? They're almost done. What I'm just gonna do is copy this one and then paste it over again because I need that for the energy hatches anyways. Edit stack, reset, copy, mark copy from here to here. So I would do, that's the wrong one. It has to be advanced stocking. Oh, I'm gonna have to craft them. It's only 16, it's not that bad. Okay, so I guess while those are crafting, let me, no, I wanna wait for that first. Cancel that and use the ones you have because it's cheaper. There we go. In this case, this setup can be even more beggar friendly or beginner friendly, like I did with my calls, and to use a normal stocking hatch and assign the fluids in there. Is that even, are you even talking about Minecraft anymore? Get out of here. Drive. So this is what I'm thinking. I would have a drive here, right? Too long didn't read. It's more cheap. Got you. I would also need an interface. We'll use a do interface because this is fluids. Do a double do interface. My subnet will be blue. Okay, got you. Oh. I'm trying to think about a way to make this as compact as possible. Honestly, I think that the connection should just be right here. All right. Yeah, I would do that. So and this way I can also have only one wireless connector. Okay, now it's changing my definition of here. So what I could totally do is increase this until I have 31 channels. That's 31 times 4 mixers. That's 124? 124 mixers, and then only one channel to push all the things into. If I really wanted to do it that way. Also, you're going to need a controller. I just forgot. I just noticed that. I'm not going to do that right now. No, I planned for 64 mixers. That's already more than I've ever done before, so I'm learning, but I can only learn so much. Chill. Okay. I see what you're saying. This is a good idea. This would be good to learn. So what I'm going to do is have you connect you like that, like that. I don't think I'm going to need a blocking card because it's doing the same recipes, right? So I won't care. Also, that should be a black cable because that's that's the main net. Right there, and like that, right? And then I can put the neutronium energy cell or the controller right there. Put it right there. And then, so that connects to that. That's not connected right now, but you will be. Boom. Okay. So I won't worry about blocking card because you're just going to do the same thing. Okay. So I want this advanced stocking. Then pull, right? Yeah. That's all I can do, right? This, I'm not going to worry about it. And man, everyone wants me to drink water
Crying.
tonight. Third person tonight, Phoenix. Hello. I'm all for it though. I can get real thirsty if I'm like locked into this stuff. So thank you. And how's it going? Edit stack, mark, and we'll go all the way over there. There we go. These are now advanced stocking input hatches. Now, for me to connect it to you, you know what, for this to look a little nicer, literally doesn't even matter. Do it like that. Okay, and then get a couple of blue cables and a bunch of you. Right there. So yeah, I can also totally extend this to 32 if I wanted to. Which I probably will. I'm gonna save the space for it. But not now though. I just want to get this going. So that's just the scary thing about GTNH is that once you get the taste of it, like the spam, like I guess you just want to keep expanding. When do you stop? You just keep expanding. Okay, so online, yeah. I guess in that case, we don't really need that many connections, right? I'm still gonna connect it to the hub. So how does this hub thing work? I'm gonna set it to like queuing mode activated. No, I want binding mode. But like, how do I get it to turn that off? Any AE2 stuff, I think. It's this one. Z? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't really consider that as an option. And it's going to save me so much channels on my main controller also. No, I need inertia canceling, so don't do that. What's another key I can use? X? What is X for? We'll do X. So AE2. Mode switch is X. So right there, okay. So I want binding mode. So I'm gonna put that new hub that we got. Get over here. Excuse me. Oh, wait, do I have to add you first? All the things I want to connect. And then I bind it. Oh. Oh, okay. I got you. So queuing queuing mode, I tell which ones I want to connect to, and then I switch to binding mode. And then I tell it, hey, connect to that hub. That's so cool. Okay, got you. So it looks like it's not really good to go yet. First, I also need to give this a drive. Forgot about that. Right there. Once you explore A2 possibilities confidently, you feel so much power. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that I do have an understanding of it. It's just like the how do you explain it? Or how do I explain it? The real super technical stuff, I don't really have the knowledge of that. So this is just gonna do fluids. I'm just gonna give it a bunch of this. Sure. Also, the return net could be storage bus. Oh, you're right. Heck, you can even connect it to this controller. No, I can't. It's gonna try to put it into here, and I don't want it to be. For the pattern and the return goes into the main net from somewhere. Okay. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, honestly. Saves me a lot of channels. Okay. That's true. That's true. It's like I know this stuff, but you don't really think about it. Also, one thing I need to do is set up input buses for the circuits. So what circuits am I gonna need? Where is it? No, I always forget which ones I need. I need 4 of those. So circuit 9, 10, 11. I'm assuming none of this conflicts. And that's very important that it does not conflict. So circuit 9, I'm going to need 16 program circuits 9. Give me 100 of you. Then circuit 10. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So I can have just a dedicated subnet just to pull in everything. That's going to be cool, actually. I'll think of something. I'll put them in order, even though it literally doesn't matter. There we go. I'm assuming it's just those 4 circuits that you need. Also, you're supposed to be, I need more of them. I need 32, actually. Yeah, 32 of them. So this is probably something I can set up circuits or recipes for. UOV input. Actually, what I can do is, how many LV input buses do I have? That's enough. So, copy, add a stack resets, mark copy, just you. Paste. So I already have like a level maintainer. So this is what I have. It's not on a subnet though. I have a bunch of level maintainers over here. Whenever I need to access stuff, I kind of just do that. But you're totally right. Yeah, having some way to manage the DTPF. Regardless, it's going to be a fun challenge, right? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. And then flip it around. Right there. Oh, no, don't tell me you don't know how to copy circuits. Oh, no. Do you not know how to copy circuits? I'm not going to do that manually. I know what you will copy is if I set them up like this. So if I try to copy this one, would this one also have circuit 1? Yes, this works. So what does that mean? I'm going to spam this thing with like a million UOV input buses, each one with a different circuit. Yes, but I want them all to do all 4 recipes. So I can't do that because this one needs four of them. You're right. But that's just a little bit annoying, so I'm going to I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, this is a little challenging actually. Hang on, how to do this? Hang on, that might be helpful. This is a challenge, trying to cram everything into one space. So I would need 4 different spaces here. Stocking buses, copy over circuits. So I only have to put 1 circuit, you're right. All right. Retrieves directly. Is it this one? I want the no, it's just the regular one, right? I don't really care about auto pull. Just make 100. Hilariously, the AE2 option is also going to be a little easier. Multi-use. Casing. Now, where is that going to go? That's a very good question, and I don't know how to answer that. I know exactly where. Boom, right along the middle. Yeah. Okay. And I'll go ahead and have like an item cell that has those circuits in there. So I just need to give those program circuits. So have a circuit 9, a 10, 11, and a 12. There you go. And then get the stocking input bus, and I'll put them along the sides over here. So put it along the middle so that they share with 2 of them each. So I only have to do like that. Otherwise, I can put them here in this middle, and that would also share between 4. And that'll reduce the number of things I have. But that also means less channels for this if I decide to increase it. Oh, we're just going to do it. I also want it to look clean, so I'm going to do that. Like that. So this one also shares between 4 different ones. Except you. No, I think that's too many channels, right? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 channels. That's not enough. So I'm going to have to do it on the sides. Yeah, we'll do it on the sides. Stocking buses are so cheap, you might as well be able to pump them directly. Yeah. We'll do it like this so it's easier to manage. Okay. So each one. What are you talking about? Nuh-uh. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little mind flooded right now. No, you're right. It's true. It's all good. It's all good. I'm a little flooded. Give me a second. I'm like all confused here. Okay, I want this one to connect to this, like that. Sir, take the circuit 12. Thank you. Okay. And then you, same thing. Take circuit 12. Or 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that, right? And then go ahead and expand that all the way over there. But first, I need to copy paste. Also break this one because this one doesn't exist. Thank you. What is that? Get out of here. No idea what that's from. Mark copy from here to here. And then mark paste right here. Edit stack mark. Like that. Now, do you keep the settings? Yes, you do. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. That's the most important thing. Cables, select you. Let's go all the way on an adventure. Oh, you're out of cables. Light blue. What? What do you mean? How do I get light blue? You're gonna make me make a recipe for light blue dye, right? Yeah, fine. I'm trying to do the Gregtech one because I like that one better. Where is it? This one. And we'll use light blue dye, sure. In the chemical reactor. Chemical 0. Uh-oh. No. This one doesn't have a circuit. It's just called mega chemical reactor. And no space. I'm just gonna put it here for now. If it breaks, it breaks. It's my fault. And then for me to craft this, that is just a... Yeah, sure. Molecular assembler. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that looks a little cursed. Yesterday I crafted the Stargate core rest crystal and I found it funny. It was a 20-second craft. Oh no, here we go. Stargate core. Crystal. I'm guessing it's this one. That's not a 20-second craft. What are you talking about? Unless you're pumping it that much full of power. Oh no. Ew. Oh no, you're gonna make me turn on every single one. Check the power I gave it. It's gonna be a big number, right? That's a lot of that's a big number. No thank you. Not gonna read that out loud. Okay, next up, let's figure out how to send all of this stuff over. And it'll be a simple thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is have like an interface and a storage bus. Change this to a black cable. Like that. Interface. Tell this, don't show up on the terminal. Is this that K-pop Demon Hunter song, right? It's like, why does that sound familiar? I actually watched that movie during the Christmas hangout at my grandma's house. And someone put it on. It was like, it's actually a pretty nice movie. I'm not gonna deny it. Fluid storage bus. I'm trying to think of another way to compact this even further. Hey, Phoenix. Doesn't seem like it. You gave it 1 to the 1 times 10 to the 18th parallel. Was using about 5e17 per tick. You know how crazy that number is, because my base is half of that. That's how much total power I have, and you're spending twice as my total base power per tick. That's crazy. I'm a long ways from that. I think what I want to do is that neutronium energy anchor thing. I want to see if I can make this. If I'm just trying to power the base, I'm just gonna, or power a subnet, this is what I would use. Look at me all rich, just crafting these neutronium energy cells like no one's business. Okay, so this is going to have a blue cable like that. And this storage bus is pretty much just going to send all of that stuff back into our mainnet using this interface. So now this whole thing takes up 2 channels instead of the 32 that I originally was thinking. This is really expandable. Cables, select you. Go all the way over there. Oh, why'd you do that? You go all the way over here. Like that. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and put that little fixture thing, or the anchor. Boom. There we go. You're not going to have enough channels either way, so no, never mind. You need to be the full energy cell. Not energy cell, but the controller. I need more channels. So I think I'm just going to keep the subnet localized. Because one thing I could have done was have like a separate subnet just for dealing with throw everything back in storage. Maybe that's what I want to do. Actually, that might be a better option. We'll keep, I don't know. What do we think? Have a separate system that does like, hey, pull everything and just throw it back into the main net. That's it. That's all it does. No, I'm going to keep it localized because that's just more channels anyways. And we're at the point where I can just spend on this anyways. Can do this, right? Output subnet isolated to the same machine. So it matches 1-to-1. What are you talking about? So that's another thing I was thinking, but wouldn't it just go over here unless I put the storage bus as a higher priority? No, then I would have to filter things. Also, by the way, I can get these guys. I'm really trying to take in all the information I can for future improvement. So this thing, it does work like that, okay. So all of the output will go into the mainnet through here. I mean, it's just using one channel versus the 16 that I had before. But this is its own little subnet that just pushes everything back into the main storage. And it's like a little local. And that way I don't have to deal with like this thing getting filled with all of those fluids that I don't want. So this is just input, pushes everything over, and then the output sends it back to storage. And this only takes up 2 channels. Basically a dumb net to store. That's what I'm doing. So this is its own little dumb subnet that just pushes everything into here. That's all it does. But this is separate from this up here. Oh, I'm scared of P2P. I don't know how P2P would work because of how these output hatches function. They don't actually physically have a fluid in them. It stores data, and you have to push that data back into AE2. So I don't think a P2P would work here, unless I do like a physical output hatch, which I don't trust because the digital stuff just stores a lot of things. Well, one thing I would need to do is to bring power over here. So I'm going to bring an active transformer over here. We're getting pretty close to getting this going. Play with it a little bit after it's set up to see if we actually understand it. I want this right here. I want you to be right there. Out of high power casings. Okay, give me 100. Go ahead and give me a couple of those 16384s. I need a source hatch. No. We're plug in the backbone here. That's 65. 5, whatever's. So target and source hatch. Okay, and then bring it out over here. Target and a source hatch, like that. There we go. I'm going to need 2 mirrors. And a bunch of vacuum pipes, which I do have. And now, how many energy hatches will I need for this? There is 128 energy hatches times 2 is 256 amps of UEV. Today I've been crafting batches of stuff for 30 more astro arrays. I don't even know what that is. Oh, ew. Oh, okay. You're talking about this? For the start. Are you already at this point? 50,000 infinity chests for the least expensive thing? Can't even craft like 2 of them. It's gonna crash my server just thinking about it. Is this how long you have to wait to to read a craft? I can't even read the craft. Oh, he's struggling. I'm not gonna worry about it. Infinity wire. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of you. Just gonna make 200 more. Okay. Before I get too distracted, you don't have singularity crafting storage. Oh, that's a thing. Oh. Keep that. That's yours. So, it's very expensive. What was I gonna say? Yeah, right. We have 64 machines. Each one has 2 energy hatches, so that's 64 times 2 energy hatches, 128. Each one accepts 2 amps of UEV. So I need to be able to push 256 amps of UEV. That is 4 of these dynamo hatches. That craft didn't even load up on my screen. Right there. Let's go ahead and connect to this one right here. Like that. Color it red. Double check. That is a target hatch. Target. What about you? Source. Yes. At this point, all crafts are disgusting. We got 2 of them. I did try to craft this ahead of time, so at least some of the stuff is ready. I'm honestly totally okay with spending the entire episode crafting mixer. There's a lot of learning lessons to be had here, so I'm not too salty about it. Regardless, I'm not going to be salty about it. I guess what that's crafting. Let's set up all of the infinity wire, the fun part. Making sure everything actually gets connected. And I think it's actually not too bad. I can just double or copy paste everything. The episode do be called Unmixing It. Yeah. That is true. I actually wanted to also set up the laser engravers because I totally intended laser engravers as well. I'm not going to have as many because they're faster than these guys are. For that craft specifically, it's for this recipe here. This one. They're a lot faster. Never mind, it's about the same speed. But they're a little better because you can pump more parallels into them. So I don't think I'm going to have that as many. But knowing this now, I can probably maybe spam more. I don't know. I don't know too much. Think about it. I think all I have to do is copy this over and over again. Of course, the purple color. And we're going to do copy. So if I try to copy you, mark copy. Mark edit stack, reset, paste. So if I do this, no, right here. Like that. If I paste it, you should have the same connections except here. This doesn't like it. But that's not too difficult to fix. I guess what I need to do is mark the copy somewhere else. So we'll start from here and only copy this like that. Oh, I'm understanding matter manipulator a little more. Okay, it's not that bad to connect all of this. That looks cool. It's like a rib cage. This one broke. There we go. Okay. And then we do the same thing for the other side. Let's see here. Oh, jam session. It's been a while. Hey, Allie. Got you. Hang on. Let me take some water first. I'm pretty sure if I flipped it, it's going to cause all kinds of problems. And so I don't think I'm going to flip it. The last time I tried flipping something, I ended up breaking everything. So I don't know. I don't really understand the transform stuff, but let's help out Allie here because she redeemed the piano jam session. Not too sure what to play. Make him really mix it. I don't know. Trying to think of improv. What should I play here? I'm thinking. I don't know if this sounds good, but I'm gonna play this like one-handed here, but one of the things that me and my brothers did over Thanksgiving break, it's been a while, but we actually did a cover of I'm on Fire" by Bruce Springsteen, but we did John Mayer's version. So I don't know if you guys know the song. I don't really know the song. I would sing it if I did, but it plays these chords. Girl, is your daddy home? Did he go or leave you all alone now? And then it goes like that. I'm gonna bet this. I don't know the right chords. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's been a while since I played it, but that's one thing I was thinking about earlier. But let's just do like an improv thing. I'm gonna play some random. Let's do like a chord warm up. Trying to get better at chords. So let's go ahead and try something here. Yo. I'm trying to get better at the improv stuff. We'll get there. I typically stay to those, like that region of the keyboard, like around this area. I think that's like the second octave. I usually tend to stick here, so I don't know how to do all the fancy stuff, like, you know, like stuff like that, right? I don't know. I can play. Like, I can play a little quickly, but like how to actually put that into music, it's a little tricky for me. That's what the practice is, right? You know what? Since we're here, there's another tune that I've been trying to practice. You might know it if you guys know Scott Joplin. You may have heard The Entertainer. I don't know the song by memory. You know that song. Everyone knows it. I don't know, but there's another song that he has. It's called Maple Leaf Rag, and I'm trying to learn it. It's a little tough, though. So we'll try this one, too. No, it's too tough. I'm just starting it. Chill. It's a hard song. I actually just remembered, you guys reminded me, but I actually have sheet music from my brother that I stole like a couple years ago. I should really make use of it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, getting copy pasting all of this shenanigans, right? Wrong notes left and right. That's a tough song though. Mark paste. I might be able to just do it like this, right? I think so. I'm kind of curious how that's going to turn out in the audio. I'm going to cringe at myself whenever I listen back to it. Edit stack. I need to increase the stack by just a little bit. Right there. Paste. Don't connect like that because that's weird. And double check the rib cage is all correct. Yeah, okay, sweet. Thanks for that, Ali, by the way. No, I don't have the text-to-speech for that one. And now it's totally random notes. It's a very fast song. I used to know more of it, but I forgot everything. We'll do four of you guys. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 64 amps. So this thing at full power is going to consume 1 billion, which isn't that bad because the standard I'm going with is 8.5 billion per big machine. So this one's not that far off. Yeah, I know you're good. You're good. You're good. Thanks for all the lurkers as well. This one will go up. Yeah, you go up. Right there. And then connect to all of you. No, don't tell me that. All right, take care, Ali. Thanks for the jam session. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate Sena going, oh, boom. It's bound to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but... All right, that's 256. I did my math correctly, right? 256 by 64 is 4. I should know my base 2 numbers at this point. Well, even if it were to blow up, it would not because this is not powered. So we have all that amperage going into here. And then... No, wire cutters are banned, except by me. And then, just turn it on. If it explodes, skill issue. Okay, it looks like everything is powered on. Honestly, next step is to turn everything on. Oh, I don't want to do that. Here we go. On episode 349. Nuh-uh. Go to sleep, Ali. Are they all off? Oh, they're off. Rest in peace, my soft mallet. It's bound to happen. She's going to try to win that bet. On episode 359, Phoenix is going to blow up my entire base so that I lose the challenge. If I see anything other than machine processing enabled, then that tells me the machine was already on. So it looks like every single one of them was off. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I think I know why. It's because I built the multi-block and then I kept ripping it apart. And it just turned everything off by default. And that's just how they work. Yeah, okay, it would have told me otherwise. All right, everything's back on. It looks like everything is connected. Whether or not it works, I got no idea. So one way to find out. If I look at the mixer here. These 3 recipes I'm going to take out. Because I don't want them here. Right, goodbye. And then you. Why is it whenever you say mainlanders, it sounds so offensive? Need to explain how y'all tolerate the air being so dry? I don't. I prefer dry weather than humid weather. Call me crazy, but I just prefer it like that. Do you not have any lip balm? I recommend Burt's Bees. I like using that. I get chapped lips pretty often too. I especially got it when we went to New Mexico because it's like desert over there. I got pretty nasty chapped lips. I had to buy some beeswax or Burt's Bees. That's what I like to use. Okay, there's a couple of recipes I have to set up. I think it's these 4 because all this other stuff is made in a laser engraver. Yeah. So do this, and I'm gonna want to set them up to. Oh, so this is the other very cool thing about doing this way. Thanks, Extreme. But instead of me having a single pattern for all of those crafting input buffers, we're not really using that. I can just set up one recipe, but there's 64 machines, so like, boom, there we go. That's literally it. Oh, that's so cool. No, not like that. Nah, you're just weak. Nah, I wouldn't say that to anybody. We're just used to different stuff. Now, whether or not this works, I got no idea. But I have to see it. So if I wanted to craft the, for example, let's just craft the first catalyst, which is the crude catalyst. This stuff. What happens if it tries to craft? So it's going to make all the different plasmas it needs. And then did it fix? Did it finish? No, I heard it. Where did it go? Oh, it only went into one. And I think that's because of the parallelization that this thing has. So does it make sense for me to reduce? Oh, it has 88 parallels. That's why. Is that just the mixer? Is that what it does? Or is it based on power? 8 parallels per voltage tier. Got you. So I would have to adjust the recipe so that it actually does all of this in one go. Yeah, I would have to fix the recipe here. So this one does the entire thing in one batch. So you're telling me to multiply this by 64? Because you really are doing the whole thing at once. And I wanted to make use of everything. Yeah, I'm going to have to increase that so that it crafts everything at once. So for sure, you're able to do 64K. What about 128K? I don't really know the math behind parallels yet. So maybe just trial and error. Crude catalysts first. So if I were to double it, what happens if I make it again? I want all of this to be used by one dude. Or to be spread out. And good luck trying to find the one that it went to. Did you actually go? No, where is it? They went over here. This one's doing 40,000. And this one's doing 88,000. Why are all different numbers? That's weird though. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out the whole parallel stuff, but clearly we can increase the parallels. We have to increase whatever and like we produce here, so that it actually uses up all the machines. So I can probably do the math for that, honestly. If I check for mixer, there's probably a calculator somewhere. I think it's just seeing the parallel per voltage tier and the fact that this uses 88 parallels. So I think how the machines work is that it tries to plan for 88 parallels first. So maybe increase all of these recipes so that it does all 88 parallels. So this is what I'll do. So this is 64. And like that. And then 2 more. So maybe I have to craft 8 million at once. So if I look at this recipe, one machine, 64 times 2. That's what one machine can deal with. And then 64 machines, like that. Yeah, 8 million. I don't know if that's the right number, but we'll give it a try. I want to see it. So try to craft the crude catalyst again. It's going to try to push 8 million's worth of stuff in there. Which means we probably want to focus on getting another fusion reactor to speed this up, because this might take a little bit. You're absolutely going to take a while, so I'm going to need more fusion reactors. And this guy isn't slow by any means, but it's also not that fast if I'm going to be pushing millions of things. What are the other bottlenecks we have? Raw silicon ingot is a blast furnace. Where is that being crafted? I'm not sure, actually. It is a blast furnace. Okay. And then molten cobalt. Crafting a bunch of plasma. How are you doing with the plasma crafting? It's 2 million per minute. So if I check out how much it needs, iron plasma, 2 million per minute. So that'll take about 6 minutes of plasma crafting for iron plasma. Yeah, we need another one. So maybe that's the next step, is focusing on another one. We still have some setup to do before we get the DTPF going. Absolutely. The catalyst is one thing, but actually getting the plasmas going, that's going to be another challenge. So we spent a couple episodes trying to craft these casings. Can I craft another batch of 560? It looks like kind of. We're low on aqueduct. It's not very good. But I think it's because I don't have the actual recipes for it. Ultraviolet water, that's just a buffer. Propene, I have to fix that. I think I'll do that stuff off camera because it's just oil. Oh, not like that. Oil processing that I keep forgetting to have. I only have one recipe or multiple recipes for each machine. I know that's a question for Extreme, but I'm thinking here, in this case, we only have one recipe going in here, and that lets me cram a lot more machines using less channels. But late game players, what they do, I say that, and I'm not even considered late game players. So there's another item that we're looking for. It's called the crafting input proxy. So how this is supposed to work is that it's basically the same thing as this, but instead of having to set up patterns for every single crafting input buffer, you only have to do one of them, and this one just lets you like link it. So whenever this gets items, everything else that has it connected to this will also get items, and this makes the spam a lot easier. So once I get this, I'm gonna be, oh man, spamming like crazy. This is the true end game like method of crafting things, but it's so expensive. Energized Tesseract, we can do this now that we have DTPF, but we can't do the Space Assembler Mark II yet. We need Transcendent Metal for that, and Hypogen, which actually technically we can do that too. We might be able to do this actually. Yeah, okay. But that's the true end game. What do you mean I don't have Naquadon dust? Do I have Naquadine? I'm gonna have to check my Naquadon line. I feel like those crashes have shut down some machines and they just haven't turned on yet. But if I have the Naquadon oxide or Naquadon something, yeah, this stuff, we should have Naquadon. It just has to go through the processing. Isn't that a QFT? No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check here because I feel like one of the recipes got broken every time the server crashes. And the only reason a couple machines break when a server crashes is because it's the Tesla coils. For some reason, they're like they just break every time the server restarts. So I have to probably restart them to regular power instead of Tesla coils. This is a buffer, and then zinc plasma. Actually, do I have enough for the coils now? Yeah, I think I'm gonna invest in more. What do you call it? One more time, yeah. Another fusion reactor at least. Because I really need the fusion speed, because this is still crafting, right? Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I do want to see it craft all 8 million in one batch, though. That'd be so cool. It's almost 1 tick speed. Almost there, but not quite. Phoenix can probably answer that if she's not around, but I think it had something to do with the fact that she mostly streamed for the emote thing, to have emotes, to have custom emotes. I think that was it. So propane, I'm gonna do this off camera. I have to set up the oil processing because it's, for the longest time we've had a very old setup over here. This thing is so outdated though, it's cringe. So I'm gonna have a dedicated one. Oh, you're actually gonna stream Cleric Obscure? That's cool. I'd watch. Secretly some random time, as in whenever she feels like it. I totally get that though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to plan for some off-camera things. I have to fix propane. Oh, I have the bookmarks right here. I have to fix propane. This is a buffer. I can increase the buffer just fine. And then aqueduct dust. I feel like every time the power or the server crashes, it shuts down one of the machines that relies on Tesla coils. And I know we have Tesla coils being powered for aqueduct stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's what's causing it. Probably shut down somewhere. Yeah. Or like right here, for example. So I have to fix aqueduct line. I might even end up just setting it up passively, like a crafting, what do you call it? Not passively, but like a crafting chain. Right. Honestly, it will probably get it through a lot faster if I just set up all the recipes. Yeah, maybe I'll look into that. Set it up to be craftable instead of passive, maybe. Oh, it's crafting. That's what I want to see. I want to see all my mix. Look at that, my mixers. Oh, they're all powered on. Okay, that's the answer. I think I understand parallels a little more. You have to. It's just a bunch of multiplication, honestly. Did that use all of the fluid though? No, it did not. We still have a couple amount left. That's fine. Yeah, we're actually mixing it. They're all being used. Every single one. It's gonna take me 700 seconds. So yeah, that's just slow stuff. You know what? It's probably a good time to wrap up the episode. But before I do that, I want to craft something in the DTPF. There's just one thing that I want to craft. We have it connected. It's tesseracts. Unless it makes me craft the fuel. What kind of fuel do you need? Resplendent. I don't think I have any resplendent left. Yeah, no, I don't have any. Never mind, it's not going to happen because we're going to have to craft this. So what I will say is go ahead and craft like 1,000,000 of this or something. Okay. I guess to prepare for the next episode, what I'll do, I still need to add laser engravers. Because, yeah, yes, it's fine that we craft the crude catalyst. That's all this was for. 4 recipes. But the next step also takes forever. It's actually the same amount of time. So I may want laser engravers as well, but not as much, I don't think. I'm trying to see here. So laser engravers are a little weird because they have less parallels. So that might be a little more tricky, but the laser engraver does have more discount. So maybe some math has to be done. This one has 3.5% speed. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to get this set up. But we might as well plan for a couple of laser engravers. I'm thinking 16. And if I need more, I can plan for more. So let's plan for 16 of these guys. Not 49. 16. And I'm going to need a bunch of things. Like I need a bunch of advanced stocking fluid hatches. Stocking input budgets are cheap, so I'm not going to craft them. UAV energy. So this one is going to need 64 of them. Not 64. 64 amps for each one, so that's 16 of them. Expensive. Which also means a corresponding dynamo hatch. So 16 dynamo hatches. And each one is going to need a 1024 laser source hatch, but at this point I might just use better ones. But we'll stick with this, and then we'll talk a little bit about it next episode if it's better off using a bigger laser instead. Because right now we're using 1024s, but that controls how much amperage or how much parallels we can have on a machine. But it might be better to have more, maybe. Not actually sure. Maybe we'll stick with the biggest laser. I'll come back to that. I'll probably do some studying off camera. See what's the fastest we can get this going. And what else? Everything else looks like it's going to be okay. Oh, maintenance hatches. We got plenty. We have all the expensive blocks otherwise. Infinity wires, we have energy hatches, dynamo hatches. It's probably going to have a bunch of active transformers in a line because each one needs a 64 amp and there's only so many dynamos that we can cram into this thing. So I think this is a good place to leave it off. But this is also a good sign. All of our things are crafting. We still have 300 seconds to go. This takes a while. So I can, if I craft this nonstop, I can make 160 million in one day. Not too bad, actually. Okay, yeah, we'll wrap it up here. It's a good place to leave it. So tomorrow is what, Wednesday, right? Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'm gonna set up the laser engravers to support these, and then try to plan for fusion crafting. I'll get the crafting going off camera though, because it's pretty expensive, and I have to figure out some things, right? 560. So I'm gonna bookmark this. I have to fix all of this. I'll do that off camera. It's tedious things. I'm probably gonna set up a simple oil line for this somewhere. I don't know. Figure out what's going on with the Naquadon and increase the buffer for tier 6 water. I don't know when she'll stream. It's gonna be random. We'll see what happens. There, let's go ahead and raid someone actually. Pretty good progress. We got the DTPF built. We have mixer spam. Tomorrow we're gonna engrave it. And then from there we will continue. Let's say hello to Drifter. Drifter is a... Oh, it's a Michi streaming Meatball Craft. All right, you know what? We're saying hello. We're saying watching Meatball Craft because I couldn't supply that. I will come back to it eventually. I just don't know when. I'm thinking of completing GTNH first, and then I'll go to playing other mod packs potentially. But I do want to do challenge runs like the whole piano things. That would be pretty fun. But anyways, for now, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to engrave it tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care, and bye-bye.